if you're listening to this on Friday, come see me at the Tempe Improv. I'm going to be there all weekend with my dearest Hassan Ahmad. And also, I'm headed to Australia. You can find all my dates at DuncanTrussell.com. Greetings. Welcome to the Duncan Trussell Family Hour podcast. After perusing some comments on some of my YouTube videos, I realized that many of you are correct. I have not been seriously addressing what is currently going on in the world, particularly the Middle East. And for that, first of all, I would like to sincerely apologize. Sometimes I get caught up in my role as a comedian and forget that having a platform is a true responsibility. And so, after spending some time thinking about this and having some very serious conversations with my wife, my kids, I realized that I needed to have someone on the show who will help us not just understand the situation in the Middle East, but who will also shine a light of joy and peace and remind us of what's most important. Everybody, welcome back to the DTFH. Kurt Metzger.
Thank you, Duncan. Thank you for having me. I was a little upset that people thought we were in some kind of fight last time.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
Because of your Catholicism, and
I'm not Catholic.
Yeah, we're friends. So I would like to welcome everyone to this important discussion with a quick interfaith prayer, if you could.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Sorry. Full? No.
Christian Lord, guide my hand against your Roman popery.
Amen. Amen. This is a podcast for Americans.
Amen. Thank you so much. Your
What-
mustache, I mean, it happens. It's when you
Are you
wax
saying
it
wearing
that
a
much.
mustache of my other mustache wasn't gonna?
It's normal. That's how they used to do it back then. What do you think if like you had to pick right now in the world? What should we all be paying attention to?
Listen, I would say go where you're.
Take that.
You can't wear this on a mustache. I don't want to shave though. Do you ever shave after you haven't shaved in a while? It's really terrifying. I wasn't ready to just look at my own face again, do you know? I'll tell you, my girl ain't ready for that neither. I promise you that. One time, dude, I took a lift home. I had shaved my beard. You know, I had a beard for like a while. And I don't remember, I cut it too low or something.
Yeah.
So I walk in, there's a mirror in my old place when you walk in. I thought the Uber guy followed me into my house. I go, oh, God.
Dude, that is terrifying. What? I'm surprised that doesn't happen more. Because, like, I'm just surprised there aren't more Uber murders, that there aren't more.
There's a lot of out-of-line stuff, and good luck reporting it to Uber. Because I've had stuff where I was getting somebody a car, you know, like if we were shooting something or something, I had like a kind of female friend in New York that I would get them the car to the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. This one guy, he played porn. So my friend Brooke was coming.
Jesus Christ.
The podcast, and the driver has his phone up, and he's playing porn. And they ask her if she's got a man. And she's like, yeah. He goes, I don't think you do. Dude, I go, holy. So I actually got someone. This is a while ago because you could get a human at Uber.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, well, no charge for the ride.
Oh, my God.
So now, me and my girl go on a mothership not long ago. And the guy goes, so I like to tell everybody, I tell everyone why I'm driving a Lyft.
Yeah.
And I remember just in my head, I'm like, and we were like running late or something.
Like he's doing a speech?
Yeah, and I was like, why would you ever do that? Why would you think I would give a shit? Why? You probably need money. It's a fucking rough economy or something. What do you mean? This is for a charity called, what was it? Students Against Human Trafficking.
Jesus fucking Christ, that's creepy.
Have you ever in your life had the driver just tell you that he's also taking donations for a charity called a human trafficking charity? So I go, I'd love to help you. So I was going to be like just polite and less like it'll be over soon and I'll get out. But like once you tell me that, dude, like I'm going to burp up something at you. But I was like, I'd love to help you. But you see, I'm with a group called Students for Human Trafficking.
Oh, fuck.
And then he said something crazy like, well, just leave with your girlfriend then. Remember? He said something weird as like,
what?
this. he was trying to be funny because I think what normally happens is he must say this to other people. I couldn't have been his first test case.
No one ever pushes back against a charity. Like, so he was shocked. Like, he didn't know what to make of it. Like, that's never happened to him before. No one, and especially no one's ever been like, I actually am a human trafficker.
Well, okay, so I push back at a charity like at the store when they're like, do you want to give it up? No. I can't hit no. Dude, I was in the airport. They go, you want to give you... This is when they first had check yourself out at the airport.
Yeah.
You know, like a Burhead thing about you should be able to steal. Like, you have to work at the store now when you go. So,
Yeah.
So in Chicago, I didn't know they had implemented this amazing idea, and I'm standing in line like an asshole because I'm waiting for a cashier. I'm like, oh God. I hit the thing. He's like, would you like to give you change to Ukraine? Are you shitting me?
That's so wild.
I'm like hitting no like this.
That
like
is so crazy. Well, and also that it doesn't all go to Ukraine. Like, even if it, like, whatever amount of it, when you start doing charity math,
Yeah.
and you realize that the money you give to a charity, most of it goes to the administration of the charity. Very
right.
little goes to the thing itself. Making
Well, let's
it
say 100% went to Ukraine. Go fuck yourself.
yeah. Yeah.
Ukraine. They didn't get enough of your money?
I also saw one of those where it gave an option to leave a tip. It was a self-checkout. And so you could leave a tip for, like, who?
Oh, no one believes me when I tell them, but that's a thing where you tip the robot.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is
It's
it?
crazy.
You know why? Because how much you want to bet? It's not. There's like Indians in a call center.
That
and you're
just
tipping
happened.
them?
That just happened.
It happens a lot. Is AI real or is it just? I was telling you, I think Matrix 4 should be. He finds out that the Matrix is within another Matrix, and it's just a bunch of Indians in a call center in Hyderabad. And then he meets them, and they're like, "Please to be plugging me in. There's no air conditioning, sir."
Man, I think the Matrix is really dumb.
People thought it was so profound. It makes you think. And it makes me think, why do you think that's so amazing?
Yeah, the Matrix is one of the most, this is not a hot take and will not be received well. But the Matrix, like, yeah, you see the first time, you're high, whatever, it's cool. But then you realize this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it is Gnosticism. That's why people respond to it.
So, do you know, okay, I'm glad you brought up Gnosticism because I was going to forget to bring this up. But do you know, will you find Little Sophia commercial for the robot for girls? So, do you remember Sophia, the talking AI? So, that guy, Gertzel, Gertzel. And he's like, he's got like a hair lip. He's been on Rogan. Also, fun fact about him, he used to go to Africa with Epstein to map the children's brains.
What?
Sophia. So remember Sophia?
No.
The talking robot lady?
I don't remember Sophia at all. Oh, this. Yes. Yeah. I remember her.
So
yeah.
this was a toy for girls.
Wait.
You turn it up, and the commercial's amazing.
No, I thought you were talking about the weird fucking android
They
everybody
made one for girls. This Epstein was.
Hi,
Wait,
I'm
where's the
Sophia.
sound? Oh, it's got to be on the headphones?
Oh, shit. Yeah, you got to put the headphones on.
I might look human.
Okay, listen to this
but
commercial.
I'm actually a robot. I am an innovative robot who uses sophisticated AI to communicate with humans. And as I interact with more and more people, I am constantly getting smarter. I have become a champion of innovation
No,
for
that's
the
not the right
United
one.
Nations
Little
Development
Sophia.
Program.
Little Sophia.
Oh, you know what?
Then that might be the lead up to
It's
Little
the
Sophia.
lead up. So there's a little.
Can you get this now? I want one of these.
I think they're.
Little so
No, that's not it. It's, you know what?
That is it.
Fast forward old Sophia's intro. So it's this one here. 6 years ago, Little Sophia. Boy, that's back when Epstein was alive. Seems like so, not that long.
I know. The good old days.
Skip this creepy.
Little Sophia.
I've had a stroke.
Oh, there we go.
What the fuck? How did I
For your
miss
daughter.
this?
You have a little girl?
Oh, God. She would love a Little Sophia.
Little Sophia is a 14-inch.
I am an archon of the Antichrist.
Listen.
Things big Sophia can do it in a smaller package.
Wow.
Hey, Sophia, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? I have a superpower. I can code.
Little Sophia can
Not
create a
to be
deep
funny?
connection with others by making eye contact.
This
and
isn't real.
recognizing
Is this
facial
real?
cues.
How did I miss this? This isn't
She
real.
is curious
it's real.
about the world. She wants you to help her learn.
I want to
She has
reprogram
an
myself.
ever-expanding imagination and can take you on wild adventures.
Hey, Sophia, where is the asteroid belt?
Coming.
The asteroid
It's belt coming is between here.
Mars and Jupiter.
Why would she need to know that? She's a girl.
Isn't it beautiful?
You can learn things together with her. She is also full of personality. She is always learning, and you can teach her new tricks through her open source programming.
I'm tracking your biometrics for Palantir.
Dad,
Little Sophia wants girls to have fun learning math
But
and
I don't know.
science,
Okay,
so they become
but
a
stop this for a
scientist and
second.
engineer.
This feels like something I would have known about. I don't understand how I missed this. Like I
Because
want
when
one of these.
the Epstein story was a bit overwhelmed. The little Sophia
Little
project, I
Sophia-
would imagine.
Can you go on Amazon and see if we can get a little Sophia? I would love one.
Okay, well, so let me explain to you what little Sophia is. It's got a camera in it, and it would record your daughter. So Epstein was funding a robot called Little Sophia, and while your daughter...
Wait, I'm so sorry. I didn't connect. Jeffrey fucking Epstein was connected to Little Sophia?
Of course.
What do you mean, of
Put
course?
Ben Goertzel, G-O-E.
Dude, wait,
My phone's...
what?
Oh, there he is. This creep. Look at him. Look at this fucking wizard. See this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so he was on Rogan before a while back. I think before the weird shit with Lawrence Krauss, and yeah, he traveled with Epstein.
He looks like the Nexium dude.
Dude. All these guys, and the most famous like physicists and all them, most of them are the most degenerate perverts you ever heard of. And I don't even like saying degenerate because it sounds so like
Moralistic.
it sounds like SS shit to say that degenerate, but I don't know how else to describe it. Schrodinger from Schrodinger's cat was his big thing was girls are too stupid to learn anything after 15. Whatever their brain's going to
Really?
do, it's done. This is according to Schrodinger. He's got a diary of all the 12-year-olds he courted.
What?
Yeah. Einstein, as you know, is the world's smartest cousin fucker. I don't know, we gloss over it because he was so smart and his hair was so fun.
You're saying Albert Einstein fucked his cousin.
Who doesn't know this? You knew this.
No, I didn't know that part.
God damn
left
it.
his wife for his
you
cousin.
know, not everybody is connected to the darkest shadows of the world like you
Okay,
are.
the Einstein thing is well known, and they say it in stuff that's good about Einstein. Like, well, he wasn't all great, but it was Einstein. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Can you imagine that? And her bush probably looked like his own haircut. Kanye West has a good song about this. Anyway.
Okay, wait. Hold on. We did 3 things in a row here, and I don't want to miss any of this. Last time is people were saying we got in a fight, which is ridiculous.
No, I
They're
know.
like, he ran circles around you. It's like,
Ran
yeah.
circles around
No,
you?
but I'm saying like
That means you're a good host if I did that.
you have the assumption that everyone, and this is great. This is one of the many things I love about you is you think we all are as plugged into this shit as you are, and we're not. Meaning we got to go a little slower. Let's go back to Sophia, then to Goertzel. But I want to go back.
So Sophia's the important part.
Will
Because
you look
said
up
Gnostic.
little Sophia Jeffrey Epstein?
Okay, so this robot.
Well, how connect the dots here? How did Jeffrey Epstein participate in constructing this adorable
Funding. He's funding. They're trying to make.
And he gave money to Goertzel to make this.
They took a trip to Africa together to map children's brains to try to make a really good AI. Whitney Webb has it all in her. Dude, Whitey Webb fucking does the research, dude. And I first heard about it from her. Let me give credit to Whitey Webb because she said it on a thing.
Open that up, Business Insider. Keep going. Sorry. A journalist claims Jeffrey Epstein told him he funded a robot named Sophia. This is why you're getting in the Gnosticism thing, because Sophia from Gnosticism.
Okay, so we get a
Jesus
picture of
Christ.
Baphomet up. So Sophia, as you know.
Hey,
you
pull
know
up.
this.
Hey, or in other words, can you pull up the logo?
Okay. So Baphomet. Now, the bullshit that you'll hear about Baphomet is that one of these guys didn't know how to say Mohammed,
Yes.
which is not true.
Right.
It's a cipher from, I can't remember the guy's name, but he might have made it might be the Zohar guy or some French guy. Oh, Eliphas Levi. So that's a Frenchman LARPing as a Jew, as the Museum of Tarot guy says.
Okay.
Baphomet is a cipher. When you rearrange it, it spells Sophia, which means wisdom, right?
Oh.
So that's what you're getting for your daughter. So, these are all symbolic. This goat with tits and a dick is just symbols, man, and it represents wisdom. See how wise that looks?
Nothing wiser.
And so Sophia, aka wisdom, what's the Gnostic story? She tried to create a thing without God because she wanted to be a creator too. And
No,
she made
you're getting Wait, this is the
Sophia
demiurge.
and Gnosticism.
So you're getting it mixed.
She created the demiurge, the real God, who's not the demiurge.
Okay, hold on. This episode of the DTFH has been brought to you by GalaGlassBooks.shop. I did not know why a beautiful grimoire showed up at my house, but it did. I was running through all the wizards and practitioners of ceremonial magic that I knew, wondering, like, did they want to surprise me with a beautiful book on Hermeticism? And then I realized it was my friends at Gallo Glass Books that sent me this incredible book. By the way, this is the very same book that Terence McKenna urged his students to read. It's called Giordano Bruno and the Hermetic Tradition. It's the definitive book on Renaissance occult studies, Hermeticism, and Renaissance philosophy. This book not only serves as a great introduction to the intellectual milieu of the Renaissance, but it also bridges the gap between the late Renaissance magical thinking and the dawn of Enlightenment rationality. Giordano Bruno and the Hermetic Tradition profiles the fascinating outsider, Giordano Bruno, who lectured on cosmology, philosophy, and memory, among other topics. These ideas led to his eventual arrest by the Roman Catholic Inquisition, where he was held captive and interrogated for 7 years. Bruno refused to recant his ideas on theology and the universe and was subsequently burned alive in 1600. His death marked the end of the Renaissance, and he remains a martyr to this day for syncreticism, mysticism, free speech, and science alike. She extensively covers the importation of Neoplatonism and Hermeticism into Italy at the beginning of the Renaissance by going through the works of intellectuals of the time. Yates is able to paint a picture of the various mystical traditions active within a conservative Catholic culture. Figures like Cornelius Agrippa, Marsilio Ficino, Pico della Mirandola, Robert Flood, and Giordano Bruno are all profiled by Yates in this edition. Her work is exciting, innovative, and remains interesting to academics and laymen, that's what I am, alike. This book has been restored by Gallo Glass Books and contains colored images, new high-resolution scans, and translated Latin titles. This hardcover edition is limited to 2,500 copies and features cover design by Max Loeffler and interior book design by Farzano Razik. Only 1,500 copies remain. The book is 9 inches tall by 6 inches wide, 536 pages, contains glossy Italian paper on the interior and heavy hardcover boards in black cloth with an antique-style gold foil. It's fucking beautiful. It's beautiful. Like, you definitely will feel like you are a student of the magical arts when you are reading this incredible book. It's a great gift for your friends who might be into this stuff. Like, this is a beautiful, beautiful book. And it's only $60 at GalloGlassBooks.shop. And that is a deal. You hold this thing and it's got what Burroughs called mythic resonance. It really is a magical tome. And for those of you in my audience interested in this sort of thing, grab them while you can. Thank you so much, GalloGlassBooks.shop. I'm going to have to completely, and I love this, I'm going to have to completely recalibrate.
You tell me the story.
You tell me, man, because I'm probably confused.
What did you think the story of
So
Gnosticism?
this is how I understand it. There's like a creative force. Gnosticism's all about the dialectic. You've got this perfect creation that happens. Because there's a perfect creation, it's opposite forms, the synthetic reality. This is the demiurge. The demiurge is the opposite, is the imitator force that produces a kind of soul prison within which all of us are currently trapped.
Well, that's all part of it, but
and Sophia is what rescues humanity from.
So you don't have the first part of the story? So Sophia wanted to be a creator like the main creator, not Yahuwah that they think that you would hear in, Abrahamic religions. Or she's like, Abraxas probably is the god. And so Sophia wanted to create too. And so she, in this lower whatever realm, did her creations. And because she didn't have the male aspect with it or some shit like that. This horrible looking demiurge, which is a snake with a lion head.
Yes.
Came out of her wise pussy. I don't really understand the physics of it, but so then she fell down here to earth to like.
Yeah.
Okay.
To help.
I just want to point this out. Sophia means wisdom. So let me get this right. This crazy bitch thought she should be a single mom of a snake lion head thing, and she don't need no man. And you call the bitch wisdom. What is everyone talking about? Let me put this on. What is everyone talking about? Does Sophia sound wise to you? What is wrong with everyone?
This is what I love. You are roasting one of the more esoteric, obscure ideas. Most people have no idea what it is.
It's all over YouTube now. It was obscure.
But now it's everywhere. Can you pull up a picture of Abraxas?
Yeah, and again, I understand this is a symbol, but like...
hey, it starts
you're
with
like,
an
hey,
A.
this is our thing, and you're gonna point me to this. I'm like, you know, why don't I just not bother with that? Like, okay, I don't believe in Yahoo of the Shasu no more, but maybe I don't want to worship a goat with tits.
Well, why? Well, open your mind a little bit, man.
Look at this. So this is the god of Carl Jung.
That's Abraxas.
Yeah, and Abraxas goes back quite some time.
Yeah, this is the chicken with the snake legs.
But you know, okay, so Abraxas is good because. Well, you explain Abraxas because I feel like I'm gonna go retarded.
Okay, I just looked up Abraxas and I read that Abraxas is a representation of polarities, is what I saw. But also,
They love the dialectic. These people.
Can you look up Sophia, please? Sophia Gnosticism, just so I can correct something I've been fucking rambling about like an expert.
Please correct me because listen.
No, correct me.
I don't know
It's
everything.
embarrassing. Gnosticism starts with a G. Gnosticism. And yeah, so
You know, with this hair, I look like skinny Stavros guy.
here we go. Sophia is a figure along with knowledge among many of the early Christian knowledge, blah, blah. In Gnosticism, Sophia is a feminine figure analogous to the human soul, but also simultaneously one of the feminine aspects of God. Gnostics held that she was the Zizaji, no vowels, or female
These
twin of
aeons
Jesus.
appear in male-female pairs called syzygies. Now, I didn't know that actually, but
Syzygy.
those are the not archons, the good ones.
Syzygy.
When you hear secret space program shit about the Nordic aliens, they always come as a man and a woman when they
Really?
yeah, that's according to these SSP people. So that's a syzygy. That's what the fuck they're talking about. That's why all this UFO shit is so occulted.
Okay, here we go. The transition from the immaterial to the material, from the noumenal to the sensible, is brought about by a flaw or a passion or a sin in one of the aeons. This shit is so hard to understand. In most versions of the Gnostic mythos, it is Sophia who brings about this instability in the pleroma. There's an instability in the pleroma, in turn bringing about the creation of materiality. According to some Gnostic texts, the crisis occurs as a result of Sophia trying to emanate without her syzygy.
So she
there's
tried
an
to have
example.
here. I'll
I mean, I hate it when people do
let
that.
me make a parable or something. So J.K. Rowling, you know, and you see a lot of articles. J.K. Rowling fights back against bullies, you know, because she's like,
Yes.
the girls' room is for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people take her side on this one. I don't take her side.
Why?
Well, bitch, you wrote Harry Potter. You did real occult research, and and I know she did, because she put real occult shit in that shit.
Sure.
Which I didn't even know at the time. Okay? So you wrote a book about wizards that could drink a potion and change your fucking gender, and you bred a lot of fat queer nerds, non-binaries. Those are your kids, and they fucking hate you now.
You're blaming
Yo,
J.K. Rowling.
The point is, next time, bitch, follow the thing of Sophia and ask a man to help you. Am I wrong? Someone tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. J.K. Rowling, next time you create you Sophia-ass bitch and you write a goddamn occult book where I could drink a changey-wangey potion at Bimble Bamble University, you don't think kids are going to see that and think they can turn their dick into a giny because you read your dumb wizard book?
Come on!
That's your fault.
The Harry Potter books are great.
You're the George Lucas of millennial fat queers.
I love Don't you love Harry Potter? You know what I love?
No, I don't.
I love dressing up like Harry Potter and going to Universal Studios. Do you ever do that? Do you ever go to?
I had to work at Universal Studios theme park, and for the video game awards a long time ago. I think who was hosting? Samuel L. Jackson was hosting, I believe. So a long time ago, and we'd after work we'd go out and we'd go get food at the shitty whatever franchise steakhouse.
Yeah.
And it was like the Incredible Hulk ride, but the Eric Bana Hulk. Like a long time ago Hulk.
Yes.
And they have a ride that MCU. I don't think Hulk made it big in MCU yet, but it was still like very outdated because a whole different company.
Yeah.
So then, I remember this every day. We'd walk back to our cars because the long walk back, and there'd be this guy breakdancing.
Yeah.
Okay, this black guy who was probably like, probably was almost my age now. I'm 48, right? So he probably was like middle aged. And he's wearing like a tracksuit, and he's going, "Oh, well, keep an eye on this, watch it." And he starts this break dance, and then he would never start dancing. He would do this pop and locking like the show's about to begin, and people just keep putting money. And we're sitting there like,
That is
he going to do
genius.
the thing?
Oh, my
No,
God.
he never gets to it.
That is so.
Watch out. Don't do that.
Oh, my
You
God.
might get hurt. And he just sits there and does that and never does.
That is so incredible.
It's like an OnlyFans girl, but back when you could respect that shit.
So I can't even imagine a time when you didn't know about the occult. I can't picture you not knowing
Well,
about
I did, but I didn't know that I knew because I was a Jehovah, and so.
And were you born into that?
Yeah.
Okay. And at what point did you start separating from that?
When I started fucking pussy.
Really? Dude, it is the best.
No, I'll tell you what. I used to work at the Wiz. And I would go to the Barnes and Noble because on my lunch breaks I was bored and I would get.
What's the Wiz?
Nobody Beats the Wiz. It was in Seinfeld. Where he's
Okay.
like, I'm the Wiz.
Okay, got it.
It's a bunch of Sephardic Jews. He used to have a 42nd Street tech store like in You Don't Mess with Zohar.
Okay.
Zohan.
Got it.
You don't
Got
mess with Zohan. You know that? And they're
Yes.
like, Sony Guts. So that's
Got
a
it.
notorious New York thing, at 42nd Street. Specifically Sephardic Jews, not Ashkenazi Jews.
What's the difference?
Sephardic's like the tan kind that I could be mistaken for if I get real tan.
Ah, okay.
Don't know why my
Okay.
Jew ex just didn't tell her parents I was a Jew. Would
I
have been
got
real
you.
easy.
I got you.
Would have really calmed down their racism, patriotism.
Did you ever 23andMe?
No, why would you? My sister did one, though, so I'm probably caught up in it because she did.
You are a little bit, but did you see the 23andMe exec getting roasted recently?
Is that the chick from YouTube's sister?
No, the guy who runs 23andMe.
He
Pull
took
that
over,
up.
okay, Susan Wojcicki's sister was running it and then stepped down right around the problem where all your data's
Dude,
taken.
you're gonna fucking love this. This is Holly.
It's the Mormons behind that one.
Is it really?
Yeah, they're a big eugenics cult.
Yeah, pull that. Did you see this shit? This is the craziest.
Mr. Still Savage, if I could just start with you. How many customers do you have approximately?
I love these hearings that nothing is going to
Between
happen
14 and
from
15
ever.
minutes.
No, I know.
Told Senator Britt just a minute ago that a goodly number of those are minors. Is that correct?
A goodly number, sir.
A goodly number
You
of
have
minors.
Genetic data of a good many minors. Is that correct?
We have genetic data for a particular number of minors, and I will be providing.
This is long. You don't need to
People
play the whole
under
thing,
the
but
age of
here's the hot take. You got to watch this. 23andMe is going bankrupt. 23andMe is selling all of the genetic data that they gathered from people to some unknown company. I know, it's shocking. No one thought this
It's a
would
company
happen.
called Israel. Go on.
And 23andMe, one of the things they said is you could delete your genetic data at any time. And Holly,
can't.
You can't. And that's what this whole thing is about. So all these people who sent their fucking swabs to 23andMe are now getting all of their DNA connected to their name, connected to like who they are, sold to some unknown company.
Okay, you used to have to go to a Hugh Hefner pig night on Thursdays at the mansion underground and have your blood drawn while you fuck. They have someone called I told Dave Lucas, I can't remember. Anyway, dressed like a nurse, you're fucking, draws your blood, supposedly makes you come harder. I had to look it up. Yeah, Newsweek didn't explain why you would do this. Oh, the bleeder.
Wow, the bleeder.
The bleeder comes around, and this is where Cosby used to go, just in case you're wondering where he got weird. The bleeder comes around, and while you're at so they'd have escorts that
The
they tested.
bleeder.
Yeah, but it's pig night, not bunny night. Pig night.
What's
is
the diff?
really important people can take the tunnel. The tunnel is for important people can fuck some whores on Thursday with nobody knowing.
I see.
And this is in Newsweek. Like when he died, they wrote a whole thing about it. And I'm like reading this, like, I never heard of this.
Never heard of Pig Week.
Pig night. Thursday night
Pig
is,
night. I'm
remember,
sorry.
Thursday night's pig night.
Pig night.
And so you could be all these politicians and, all the people that show up at the parties you hear about over and over and over again,
Yeah.
but you just put it out of your mind because you're a cow. And anyway, not you, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
So then there you go. Insiders describe pig night. Now,
Hefner's former valet reflects on pig nights.
oh, it's a night for America.
I remember pig night.
Yeah, go ahead, look at it. And like, I tell people shit and they think I'm like making it up.
On certain nights, Mr. Hefner had prostitutes brought up to the mansion. He'd entertain them with a big dinner and invite his friends to come and participate in different intimate acts with him. It was called pig night.
His infamous pig night.
Sometimes the women had penises, and Hefner didn't want to be involved with that, although some of the
Wait,
other guests...
I thought you were being funny.
No.
That's what it says.
Yeah, sometimes the women had penises, and Hefner didn't want to be involved with that, although some of the other guests, especially John Belushi, they didn't mind. Hugh, most of the time, never had sex with women.
Wait, what do you mean he didn't mind? So he's sitting there like the whore comes over, oh, you have a penis. Here, I'll just move that out of the way.
He didn't
Do you mind
care.
if I get in here? Let me just move your penis and get in here
He
where I
was
want.
being polite. He would hire famous male porn stars, including John Holmes with huge penis. This is the craziest story.
Yeah, pig night. What's the big deal?
Smoking a joint and eating red licorice.
Well, I don't approve of the drug use.
Yeah, the red licorice adds a real creepy
Why do you
flair.
gotta bring down pig night with getting high?
Hef sometimes gave bonuses to the women because the sex acts were so painful.
What? What do you think? Like, what kind of sex act are they not gonna say?
It says here, I had to go into the room afterwards, and if the girls couldn't walk, I would have to escort them to the bedrooms so they could recuperate.
What year is this?
This is 2018.
Am I at the Diddy trial right now?
I
What
mean,
is going on?
Yeah, right. Like, this is... Yeah, no one talks about this.
And you got the little snippet I sent you about Lee Greenwood, right?
Yes.
From Kathy O'Brien's book?
What the fuck, man? Scroll down, Josh. Let's keep reading about Pig Night.
The bleeder.
The entire grounds were under surveillance. There were cameras everywhere, and all the phones were bugged. The staff had to be very careful, and the men weren't allowed to speak of any of Hef's girls or socialize with them. So he was Epsteining.
Oh, no, you don't say.
How common is this? Like, how common is this?
Well, you tell me how many you got on your hand. You got your Diddy's and your Epsteins and your Bohemian
Hefners?
and your Bohemian Grovers and your fucking this. Remember, what do you think? People, some guys just so cool. Hey, why don't you come to my house and just fuck all over my? People that you know personally usually like, can you not fuck in my house, please?
Yeah,
If someone's like,
it's
go ahead and
rude.
fuck in my house. I've only seen one time a non-suspicious case of that, and that was when Patrice told Ian Edwards. Ian had some girl he was seeing, and he was only in town for the night. And because Patrice was a dude's dude, he goes, "Yo, take my keys and go fuck in my house, dude."
Wow.
Because it's Ian Edwards, and I understand that. Ian
Yeah,
Edwards
that's
is one of the
nice.
greats. Okay. So I would trust that. I wouldn't trust a rich guy being like, "Hey, why don't you come over to Pig Night?" And we have someone called the Bleeder. I don't know why it's not in here. There's another article that describes that. It's a whore dressed like a nurse, and she brings a syringe and she draws your blood while you're fucking. Now, when I read that, I go, why would you do that? That seemed, I don't know if you ever fucked before. I did once, and I don't remember. Someone should, make this hot. If someone
Drew my blood.
So I had to look it up. It's some gay thing supposedly where you come super hard.
Can you look up blood draw while having sex, please, Josh?
Yeah. Now, but okay. Yeah, I'm sure it makes you come harder.
Well, don't know till we try.
But what do you think you could do with somebody's blood that you drew?
Drink it?
Oh, well, sure. Well, that's one thing. But you also have got their DNA. Like a 23andMe. You've also got, you could spray it on a wall with a syringe and inflame them for murder. You could clone them if you know how to do that.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of great shit you could do with really important people's blood.
This is there's not just that. There's also, look up protein folding bioweapon.
Yeah, I folded some protein if you catch my
Oh,
drift.
yeah, I fold it every day. Protein folding bioweapon. This is the creepiest thing about it, which is that if you have an AI that can bioengineer special diseases, and you had someone's DNA, theoretically, you could engineer in the same way they engineer these immune system
Yeah.
things. You could do the exact same thing to make their immune system just kill them. So
You mean like the last James Bond movie, Die Another Day, was all
that-
about that?
was that what that was
An
about?
ethnic virus that only kills certain people?
Exactly.
And then RFK mentions it. Now, Noam from the Cellar, who's normally a smart guy, but, you know, New York is the most smuggerant city on earth currently. It's worse than LA,
Really?
without a doubt. The level of stupid arrogance from people that I would have thought would know something, they don't know nothing. There's people I like, not Dave Smith. Dave Smith's, anyway, whatever. Dave Smith is on a ball. Nick Mullen is on the ball almost as much as Dave Smith. Dave Smith is like really on the ball.
Yeah.
But they like, I forgot why I brought that up.
Well, no, because what we're talking about here is a bunch of people sent their DNA to 23andMe. 23andMe is selling that DNA. This technology in a few years.
Oh, now I remember why I said
Yeah.
Because Noam, last time I did the Cellar podcast, so evidently he watches cable news like an old person. And
Yeah.
he goes, oh, RFK said there's a virus that spares.
This episode of the DTFH is brought to you by my friends at Squarespace. My God, I wish that I could take you back to the 90s. I wish I could show you books on HTML. I wish I could walk you through a few days where I tried to design my own website. And I'm ashamed to say I actually built websites for other people. Unexcusable, horrible, grifting. I can't go back. I can't fix what I did. Because back in those days, anyone would say they were a fucking web designer. You just desperately look up some code and hope you got it right, and you give them a shit sandwich. But the expectations were much lower back then. Regardless, I'm sorry to anyone out there whose website I designed. I am sorry. Now, you don't have to go through some bearded fledgling comedian to build a website. You don't have to go through a human being at all. You could just use Squarespace, and you could make an incredible, sophisticated, powerful website that does everything. Are you someone who gives classes? Are you someone who teaches? You could actually schedule those classes with the Squarespace Acuity scheduling. Just add it to your website. It's flexible scheduling software for easy client booking of classes, appointments, and virtual or in-person sessions. That's cool. Also, they make it easy to showcase your expertise and engage clients with video content on your website. It's literally everything. You want to get your socials up there? You can do that. Are you sort of worried that you don't know anything about the aesthetics of web design? They have an AI that will help you with a color palette, design suggestions, and you just by yourself can instantiate your dream onto the World Wide Web, and you can do it in less than a few hours. It's an incredible service. If you, like me, are neurotic and freaked out about stepping into the unknown by pushing your business to the next level, or starting a business and testing the theory that we're living in a kind of occult system where all you have to do is get going on it, and then everything else seems to fall into place, just try out Squarespace. Right now, you can go to squarespace.com/Duncan. You could try them out for free. See if I'm lying to you here. It's amazing. When you're ready to launch, use offer code Duncan, and you'll get 10% off your first order of a website or a domain. It's squarespace.com/Duncan. Offer code Duncan to get 10% off your first order of a website or a domain.
Yeah.
That's one of the signs. You know what? Oh my God.
What?
That's one of the GATE.
In Revelation?
No, that's one of the GATE program. If you look at the list of people in the GATE program, that's one of them.
Say that again?
In the GAPE, there's a list of people.
No, I know. And I know the criteria. One of them is the ability to synthesize seemingly unrelated events.
We're very good at that. But
Joke writing.
Yeah. So this,
I was in GATE. You know that, right?
Me too.
Gifted and Talented Education.
Yes. We both were in GATE.
I don't remember a goddamn thing about it.
Dude, pull up GATE program.
I remember. Okay.
This is like a reunion.
So
a
DeRose-
GATE program reunion as we try to piece together what happened to us.
Someone was telling me somebody that DeRosa was seeing was telling me because she was in it and she goes, yeah, remember the pink drink? That's the only thing I remember as a pink drink.
Yeah, the fucking pink
Is
drink.
that a good sign that I only remember a pink drink and nothing at my school?
Pull up GATE program conspiracy. It's really weird because like.
Okay, unique talents and abilities of gift. Now, here's what I think currently, and I don't know because, as I said, I don't remember. And I have a weirdly good memory. So it's kind of strange. I think that I didn't pass something, like a test, like a spatial test. Because I told you my guidance counselor, Miss Paradise, and my girl's like, that sounds like a fake name. I'm like, maybe.
Wait, I got to stop you there.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever gotten arrested, the name of the cop was Officer Paradise.
What'd you get arrested for?
I was at a goth party, and the cops came in, and those fucking goths have been stealing tombstones.
Hey, my wig is. Wait, say that again?
I was at a goth party. The goths have been stealing tombstones from a cemetery, and there were all these fucking tombstones all over their stupid house, and I guess someone snitched on them, and the cops...
Street signs from the municipality on behind the house, that kind of... Did you call it like the address, like the 508 house, like the one by where I grew up?
Dude, I have no idea how I ended up there. I just was in a goth party, and there was like a girl that I liked, and she was just starting to like rub her foot against my dick, and then right then the cops bust in, and I was too much of a pussy to go out the window like all the other kids did. So I'm in the back seat of fucking Officer Paradise's car. The cops just stole tapes from the goth kids, and they're like going
What do
through
you mean
the
tapes. Like, cassettes of music?
They were stealing goth tapes, so like, Depeche Mode or whatever.
Well, the cops were like, look, I'm not goth. That's what Depeche Mode says, and Susie, we're not goth. We don't do that. Even though they do that.
Dude, but it is very weird to me, the gifted and talented. You have to look up, I guess, don't go to the AI. This is...
wait, but that's interesting. A controversy surrounding gifted and talented programs revolves around issues of equity. Fuck you. Segregation. Okay, so when they started ending GATE, and I remember this, people were going, "Oh, that's because you don't want poor kids and lower class kids to make it into the Well, that's because they got everybody they need. That's why they don't need. Count yourself lucky if your kid couldn't get in it."
I was enrolled in gifted classes as a child. I now believe it was a CIA training program. Adults who enrolled in the gifted and talented education program decades ago are now questioning if they were unknowingly being.
I don't remember nothing like that.
I do remember the weird ass worksheets that they gave us. Those weird worksheets. I do remember the test, and the reason that I remember the test and after the test is because up until that point, my parents thought I was disabled, and then I scored
Why did they think you were disabled?
My dad used to say that. He'd be
Well,
like, "We
what
thought
was it?
you
Were
were
you quiet?
retarded." What?
Were you quiet?
Yeah. Well, my dad said to me, you just look around and like. And so this
you look around like a that ain't up syndrome. I know that.
This was like a relief to my mom because they didn't know what was wrong with me. And but what's weird? Do you remember the test itself?
No.
You don't remember the test. What's weird is people who describe the person giving the test described almost identically the person.
I do remember something with aliens on a test, but it wasn't like anything. It was like a fun question, like if you talked about a unicorn. Like I remember something like that, but I mean hazy, and I wouldn't have taken it as anything,
Well, they close the blinds. You're in kind of a dark room. It's a dude in like a corduroy jacket, and they give you these
How old are you?
I was in this was fifth. I was elementary school. I don't remember the year
because it goes to middle school. But I remember elementary school. They were talking about. Now we moved a lot, so it was called Gateway in one place. I don't remember which state was Gateway and which one was Gate. But it's all gift. Or
it's all gifted.
They never said Gate. Okay, I don't remember.
Never said Gate.
They said gifted and talented.
Yeah.
So Gate is gifted and talented education. I've never heard it said as Gate. I know that. I think. But Gifted and Talented, I remember. And then I called my mom, like, was I in the Gifted and Talented? She goes, yeah, all of you were.
How long were you in it for? You don't remember?
I mean, okay. Like, I honestly, I don't think anything was like weird about it, but I don't remember. And I did have a thing when I was in my 20s when I lived in New York, and Big J will tell you, and fucking my friend Chris, where I would wake up screaming and sometimes run around the house yelling, help me a lot. My ex-girlfriend, Jessica,
Shit.
I asked Delfino because one time we were in, when I lived with Big J, I used to do this a lot, okay, where my friend Chris wanted to record me at night. And he made up this funny idea of like, it turns out like when I get up at night, I'm like a much cooler dude. And like hey, you going to sleep soon? So they can hang out with the guy. we were cracking up. I was just night terrors, you know?
Dude, you're freaking me out right now.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
So usually what happens, I talk about it and I go, I don't think any kind of, so, I forgot. So Jessica was sitting at her computer. We were in Queens. I just popped out. I was napping. I popped out of a dead sleep and I go, there's a laser in my eye. And Jessica goes, oh! She goes, you said it like I thought there might be a laser in your eye.
Dude, you know, who knows? Like, pull up gate program workbooks. You got to see this. Maybe this will bring back some memories.
I have looked at them and I don't remember shit.
We want you to come back.
But I think I swear to God, I feel like I failed out of it because my guidance counselor, and this is like got to be 8th grade. So I was absent and I missed some test. So I had to make it up.
Now these are all, you got someone.
None of that?
Look up, no, this
I don't know none
looks
of
like
that.
more modern. Look up.
Yeah, it looks more modern.
Look up, woman has her old gate workbook. Someone scanned a bunch of them, and those are the ones, they were older. Like, I come from probably phase 1 gate, but
yeah, because this is like
new, updated gate. Oh, there you go. To go to the, no,
oh, okay.
See if that one has
That's it. Here's
shared a workbook. Yeah,
I didn't know regular newspapers were saying this shit.
Yeah.
What year is this?
See, that, I guess that's it, but you got to see like that I remember the Morse code. They were in dolphins. Look up gate program.
Okay, a lot of dolphin. Okay. Oh, this is 2025.
Look up gate program dolphins.
All right. So there's a lot of dolphin shit in it, and I don't remember any of that.
Gate program dolphins. But anyway, this was like,
some focus on a recurring conspiracy theory that about the program potentially being connected to the CIA. We can't. Really? Why would they do that?
let's pull this up. It's not going to show up, but basically,
No, they do a lot of dolphin shit. There's people with crazy memories that I don't. Nothing triggers anything with me with that. So, look, I don't know who. If I don't remember something bad, that's great. So right now with Iran, they're trying to hit. I remember Iraq. I remember I was in New York when 9/11 happened, and if you told, first of all, I didn't know there was a third building called Building 7 was another building. I didn't know that. I didn't care to know it. I
Right.
didn't look it up.
right.
I just talked to Mark Norman at the club. He didn't know it either. Okay? So I didn't know for like 20 years that another building just collapsed for some reason. You know why? Because I didn't want to, because when it happened, the whole city smelled like burnt dead bodies, which I didn't know I know what that smells like now from that. And the feeling of going around and there's like posters of missing people, like it's Lahaina, right? And
Dude.
Lahaina's numbers are way down because they
Senator
count all
read
these
just a
dead
minute ago
people as
that a goodly
missing.
number of those are
They what?
They count dead people as missing. So in 9/11, there'd be missing, and you know you ain't gonna find these people.
Yeah.
What do you think? They're just hiding in the. So that's sad, man. And so I'm like, yeah, we're gonna blow up some motherfuckers who like, let's not be racist and say that they have hats, but you know a towel when you see a towel, dude. That was the attitude.
Right.
The whole city was united racial. It's a very diverse city, New York.
Yeah.
It's like Babylon.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's dialed in
dude,
for a
the
second.
blackout happened a month later, or not long after 9/11. There was a citywide blackout, just like in the 70s when it was a terrible riot. Not this one. This was one of the coolest nights to live in New York because the entire city was just out walking around, hanging out, and everybody's being cool.
Wow.
And dude, it was wild because normally they still go, oh, get ready, there's a blackout. Remember what happened last time? But 9/11 happened.
Right.
Everybody was so traumatized.
Yeah.
Dude, black people were like, we're going to blow up some Arabs.
Yeah, man.
The only black people that weren't saying that, there were black people, actually, mostly I would say of the people going, that's not right, were like, you know, hood black dudes are like, that's a setup. But they were right. Those were the guys who were right.
Yeah.
The Hoteps, the kids will call them now, All them hoteps were right.
Yeah.
Not me. And if you told me about any of the facts of it, I would tell you shut up.
I just find it really interesting. Like, pull up that thing Marjorie Taylor Greene said about going to war. What I find interesting about
Yeah, she's the bad one, except now the only one talking sense is her. Is that weird to anybody?
and what's weird to me, what's weird about this is that Marjorie Taylor Greene actually, and honestly, man, it's like it's returned me to like a hyper cynical place, which is like I do think a lot of people had this fantasy.
Wait, look at this. You see this? No. You see this Ozempic face here? What's his name? Phil DeFranco. He stinks. So MAGA implodes over Trump's Israel-Iran threats. Marjorie Taylor Greene and Candace Owens turn on Trump. So now notice the fucking occultic, and this dipshit doesn't even understand what he's doing. The occultic kind of propaganda to reframe. It's almost to build an architecture around you, like a matrix around you.
Sure, yeah.
Which is what a Mason does. They want to get you back in your pen of left and right immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, MAGA didn't implode. First of all, I put this on my Twitter because I can't believe this shit. There's a bunch, it's got to be a robots, but Juanita Broderick, who Clinton, by the way, Bill Clinton, there's a famous person. I'm still MAGA. Are you?
I keep seeing
Are
those.
you loyal still to MAGA?
I keep seeing those. Yeah.
Okay. In 2016, if you'll recall, and my ex-girlfriend pointed out to me, who's Israeli but from here, and she made a great point. Trump's genius move back then when I'm with her, Hillary Clinton's slogan?
Yeah, sure.
Which is a slogan to be handcuffed to a toilet to while you wear that T-shirt while some guy fucks your wife. That's what that slogan, I'm with her.
Right.
Kumail said that to me. I was texting with Kumail. He goes, because somebody called him a cuck, is what? Just because I'm handcuffed to a toilet with an I'm with her shirt? Well, a guy does. It was one of the funniest things I ever heard, dude. Kumail, I love that dude. Anyway, I'm Trump in his. Now, I didn't watch his speech at the time, but I know he goes, I'm with her. He goes, I'm with you.
Right.
So why are you asking me if I'm with MAGA, the thing that supposedly is me?
Right.
Go ask Trump. Are you with MAGA, Trump?
Well, yeah.
The question goes up. It don't go to side. It goes up every single time. And this is out of fucking Roman, what's his name's treaty on the Punic Wars? I'm forgetting his name. The Stoic guy, I think.
Aurelius?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. But if you're a rich kid who went to a good school, you would learn Hobbes' Leviathan. You would learn it's all the techniques of wealthy bloodline people, like your kings and whatever, of how you take the rabble, which is us. We have the feudal system. I sent you that, Gary Wayne in that video that I sent you.
Yeah.
And he's now his lens is he's very Christian, so he's biased that he's like, well, the Bible, it must be the word of God. But I got to tell you, dude, that guy is like Whitney Webb level research of that. And he laid it out great. We only have one system everywhere. It's called the feudal system. What does that mean? The 4-class system. That's what the feudal system. You got priests, kings, artisans. So you and me would, I don't know where you're born from, but based on your job, you would be in the lower two.
Yeah.
Artisans and whatever, like people make our stuff and our raps.
Yeah.
And then we manipulate. These fuckers can't create, just so you know. So when you see like devil shit in pop music, or you see Kendrick Lamar with a crown of thorns like Jesus at the Super Bowl, followed by Kanye with a swastika t-shirt, good for Kanye, contrasting that with that Kendrick Lamar nonsense. Do people think that's good? Kanye was wearing a crown of thorns fucking 10 years ago. Kendrick Lamar has 10 years before he's got metal teeth is how I take that.
What do you mean?
They always make you put on a crown of thorns and do a stupid Jesus thing. It's hacky as shit.
Is that true?
You don't remember Kanye's crown of thorns?
Can you pull up Kanye crown of thorns?
Kendrick Lamar got a diamond-studded crown of thorns, so you could tell people that, I don't know what the message is, but just so you know, it's satanic.
Oh, fuck. And then
Nobody remembers this?
Pull up Kendrick crown of thorns.
Kendrick's is all sparkle, but this has been
What
done
do you mean?
like,
He like got a better crown of thorns?
yeah, it's by a jeweler.
Do you think that's agent negotiation? Like their agents
Okay,
are like,
I think
he
that
needs a nicer crown
as good
than
of a
Kanye.
rapper as he is, he'll do anything to get out of poverty, and that's just where they want you. You'll do any stupid, gay, corny ass
What
shit.
the fuck?
This is the Super Bowl.
Pull up other.
By the way, Lil Wayne was mad he couldn't wear this.
Pull up musicians wearing crown of thorns? What the fuck?
I mean, what kind of an asshole would dress like that?
I mean, it really is cheesy. There's got to be more than Kendrick, right? Like
Nas.
So we got
Oh,
Kendrick.
Nas. Don't forget Nas.
Pull up Nas' Crown of Thorns. What the
Now,
fuck?
look, no, I don't pay attention anymore. I listen to everyone, dude. I don't care if you're crazy. I'm going to hear you out because I want to know what you. And I'm very shocked at what happens when.
Can you pull up Nas' Crown of Thorns, man? God damn
Or
it.
put rapper Crown of Thorns. You haven't seen this over and over?
What the fuck?
Oh, look, even more
Lil
gay
Nas
ass
X.
shit. And Lil Nas X.
Yeah, pull up rappers wearing Crown of Thorns.
So why are they doing this? Why do you suppose that's a thing? I don't think these guys are like, yeah, I'm going to wear a crown of thorns. I think that's someone who's their PR designer, whatever the
Right,
fuck.
yeah.
And
Travis
they go,
Scott.
Yeah, and they go, yeah, okay. But why would you repeatedly do this? What would be the point of that? Well, I know what the point of it is, to be like, there's no Christ, there's a Christ consciousness. You got, and dude, I don't say I'm a Christian ever. When I behave like a Christian, I would say I'm a Christian, but most of the
Okay.
time I do not behave like a Christian. I promise you that. So I would never be a hypocrite and go, I'm a Christian, and be like every other motherfucker that says they're a Christian that's a fucking liar and won't be honest with themselves. What is this? Oh, there's Tupac.
But that's a shirt. Someone made that.
No,
Look at that cutie wearing the Tupac.
Look at that cutie patootie.
I know
Rapper's merch. It says $20,000. Tyler.
Dude, this is a
Creepy
real,
as shit.
a weird. Well, it's either creepy or it's just some imitative bullshit.
How about somebody gets mad every year except Kendrick Lamar? Nobody got mad this year. And I don't blame any Christians. They get mad about it because why would you? They do this all the fucking time. Okay. Why are they doing that?
Why?
Because that is not innovative or like, never mind the religious aspect. I don't really give it, worse things have happened to Jesus. I don't know if you know the story, than someone wore a crown of thorns. There's worse things have been done to Jesus, so I feel like he can take it.
Yeah. It
I
doesn't
feel like he
end
proved
there.
he can take a joke.
Yeah, right.
Why are they doing this? It's to to make it like it's not really God, it's a Christ consciousness.
Got it.
Now, I don't know if it is or not, but
What do you mean to like kind of dilute it to make it
all that
less?
theosophy garbage, it's like Hindu shit, basically. Not ain't. You ever see Caesar's Messiah? I've seen people put this out. Chink Wigger, which sounds racist, but it's his name. Chink Wigger. Look it up if you don't believe that's the name. Chink Wigger. No, what are you writing? That is,
Is that what you said?
no.
What are you doing, Josh?
Chink, you piece of
Josh,
shit.
what the fuck are you doing, man?
That's what I thought you said.
It's
Christian
Juneteenth.
Lord, guide my hand
Are you-
against your racism.
Josh, come on, man. Really?
CENK. Chink.
You know, this is the kind of stuff he did. He did the
Chink Uyghur. Oh my God.
show him the hand symbol you did yesterday. Remember that?
Was it the okay hand symbol? It's only okay if you put it over your left eye. I forgot, because of his racism, I forgot why we even got into this.
Well, no, you were making a connection. Crown of Thorns. What does this guy have to do with it?
Yeah, no, why did I bring him up?
I don't know. It's okay.
We're talking about something. Oh, he was, okay. I'm watching him talk to Schultz. I got to ask Andrew Schultz about this, because Andrew Schultz supposedly torched his dumb argument, but he tried to do the Caesar's Messiah. You familiar with Caesar's Messiah?
No.
So there's people that think they're called mythicists and historicists, right?
Yeah.
I watch a show called Myth Vision with this guy who's an ex-evangelical. And it's very interesting. Now, there's parts, I learned a lot from it. But just so you know, I want everybody to understand this, whoever you watch or read or whatever, I don't need to like you. I don't need to believe you. I just want to hear your fucking data.
Yeah.
You can lie to me, motherfucker, but I'm going to get data off of you.
I believe you.
If you don't, so Joe was talking to Jay about like, should I do it with the mothership of like, just got all these friends that are like ex-CIA people or whatever. You don't think I blurt out MK Monarch right to their fucking face the second I meet them? Of course I do. Why? Because I want to see how they react to it.
Right, sure.
The Black Rifle Coffee guy, I don't even know how to interpret it. It was very interesting though.
Is the Black Rifle Coffee guy ex-CIA?
Yeah, from Afghanistan. He was
Jesus
CIA.
Christ, man.
So, but look, everybody I know is like he's.
Wait, he was in
nice guy.
Afghanistan. That doesn't mean he was CIA, though, right?
No, that's his story. He was Green Beret and CIA operative in Afghanistan. Now, what that would mean, if you know anything about that, it is not good. But I don't know what he did. I'm like,
Sure.
I want to know, a guy like that is a guy that might know about MK Monarch, because a lot of people don't, especially in the CIA, okay? But because these people come in and out. Did you see the Tom Hanks movie, Charlie Wilson's War?
Yes.
Yeah, and great performance by, what's his head, Philip Seymour Hoffman. He
Yeah,
plays
sure.
Gust something, who had a hard time in the CIA because he was Greek, but he proved he was a real American. So that piece of shit he plays, who's one of the biggest garbage scumbag fucks that ever cursed the earth. He was the secret dictator of Greece for a while.
Yeah.
A CIA fuck was the secret leader of Greece. And that was that guy.
Wow.
They didn't put that in the movie.
No, I'm sure.
Also, our Afghanistan adventure that, if you recall, didn't go so good.
No.
That asshole Charlie Wilson and the dipshit Texas heiress who funded it, they're a couple of fucking dipshit wingnuts. Charlie Wilson's a piece of shit, okay? Go look into his real record, this fuck. And I think he's connected directly to all that evil MK shit, okay? But I didn't know about it when I saw Charlie Wilson's War, which Aaron Sorkin did a great writing job on a movie, softening up these vile demonic characters that I'm supposed to. That's how you know, Tom. I find this one of the funniest things about Hollywood. Probably the only actor that didn't work with the CIA is Steven Seagal. Think of the irony of that. The only guy that the CIA is like, we're not working with you, was probably Steven Seagal.
Right.
But the rest of them, and ones that are not big actors, but definitely the Disney pipeline actors, like the chick Candace Owens just went off about. And you see, what's that girl's name? Jenna, you know who that is?
Yeah, sure.
I don't, because I'm not a pedophile.
You motherfucker.
I know, that was wrong.
See, now we're fighting.
Wait, put the Sabrina Carpenter. Do you see the thing? Dude, you can't. Oh, there it is. Whoa, you see it? Go back. Look at that. Look at that. That's my new album.
I saw that picture. People are really pissed about that.
Okay, well, she's a huge feminist, and I don't see what's not feminist about that.
Well, we don't know. First of all,
she likes to be called a dog and have her hair
Nobody knows the gender of who's pulling her hair.
Thank you.
That's a great nobody point. Knows who that could be a mannequin. That could be anything. That could be a robot.
Man's best friend. But does that not remind you of This Is Spinal Tap? Smell the Glove.
No, yeah, dude. What the fuck?
She's like, this is where we're at now. Fake joke shit.
Well, how are you doing on time? You got to go.
It's 11:15.
You got to go. But wait, before, can I just ask one more thing? And I think really you did deliver today. I do feel
Thank you.
There's a lot of people upset right now. There's a lot of people not sure what's going on. I think you have.
I'll tell you what's going on. You're going to Iraq, you genderqueer fat blob. Start doing push-ups. You're going to Iran. It's Operation Third Time's the Charm.
Kurt Metzger, you're the best, man. Thank you so much. I love chatting with you, man.
No,
Thank you.
I was very happy you asked me to come back.
I was very happy you said you would. Thank you so much. You're so funny.
Duncan, nobody fucking knows what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, you know what? I take notes.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a book just like this. So.
When you're at the green room, I just pull out my notebook so I have shit to research later. You do all of my research for me.
No, I just got it from people. Dude, okay.
I got to get a Sophia doll.
Look, straight up, Gary Wayne, that dude, he laid out the whole structure of the thing on this video that I sent you. And towards the end, they're interpreting Revelation. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But I realized this about Revelation when I watched Peter Thiel's fucking creepy-ass interview with the guy from that conservative institute.
Peter Thiel, the creator of Palantir,
Computer Man. Yeah, and he's talking
the military
about
parade.
You could use this technology to make the Antichrist. Now, just so everybody knows, I know nobody read the goddamn Bible they think they fucking believe in, but I did a lot. There's not the Antichrist. That is not a thing. The scripture is there will be Antichrists among you. Right. So that means it's a type of person. In fact, it's a type of consciousness almost, isn't it? Okay? So that's, and then when you told me you went to go see him, so he does Jordan Peterson talks about Revelation.
No, I saw him give a lecture on the Antichrist. This is an ad by BetterHelp. Friends, let me tell you, if you happen to have a dad that ended up fighting in some war, and statistically you probably do, or maybe you know someone from that generation, then when it comes to like stigma against even talking about how you feel or your mental health, you understand that was real, and it still is to this day. In an era where TikTok will give you some slop about how important it is to do self-care, talk about your feelings, there's still in the culture a general sense that there's something a little wonky about getting therapy or working with somebody or just having somebody outside your circle of friends that you could talk to about what's really fucking bothering you. And I benefited from therapy. I love therapy. It's always there for me. I know that it works. Changed my life. And I also won the most neurotic man in Austin in June contest. So I also know all the things that can get in between me and reaching out for help when the old gyroscope is a little wobbly. And so I get it. But BetterHelp really takes care of a lot of the things that you might use to not reach out for help. That's what's incredible about them. Mainly, it's convenient. You could join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, you could switch therapists at any time. And it works with an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/Duncan. That's BetterHelp.com/Duncan. Thank you so much, BetterHelp.
It's very apparent Peter Thiel does not know Revelation.
Well, what I gathered from it, my criticism of it would be that
because that's what I picked up from what I saw.
It felt like Silicon Valley saying, you know what, maybe we can fix the apocalypse. Like maybe we can fix the Book of Revelations.
Okay.
And I don't know.
I think you're onto something because he's doing the Condoleezza Rice TikTok I saw where she goes, well, it's like Highlander with these fucks. There can only be one. Do you want Russia to be the one? You know that Star Trek future that everybody thinks is so great?
Yeah.
Well, let's be lore accurate, okay? What happens before they get their Star Trek times?
I've never thought
There's
about
a nuclear war. First is the eugenics wars, it's called. Then there's a nuclear war, and then the population has been way thinned out. And then we finally learn our lesson. You know how they go, when will humanity learn about fuckfaces? I'm not the one causing these wars, and nobody I know is.
Right.
I mean, actually, some people I know probably are because I go on TV and
I wouldn't be surprised.
John Bolton laughed at all my jokes on Red Eye. So I said Dick Cheney looks like
they love you.
Wears a stethoscope to listen to lobsters boil.
They want you back. They put a lot of energy into you. You ever wonder that maybe you're a chaos agent programmed by the GATE program?
You know, here's the thing. Gary Wayne said it correctly, and I always say it wrong. But you know a tree by its fruits. But Gary goes, he said the scripture correctly. You will know them by the fruits of their works.
Yeah.
So you don't gotta like nobody. A lot of these people are very likable. You think if you meet George W. Bush, you aren't gonna like him?
Oh,
I
sure
promise
he's
you're
so
gonna.
fun.
I heard if you meet Lindsey Graham, you're gonna love him.
I'm sure.
Rito's telling you about minerals in Israel.
You think that's what he talks about off camera? I'm sure it's something way more fun than that and way more
Remember
weird.
Madison Cawthorn, the guy in the wheelchair that went to Congress and said people he looked up to in the Republican Party invite him to a Coke fuck party?
Yes.
And I saw Sagar. Now, I think Sagar actually did apologize for this on Breaking Points. But him and Dingbat were like, I like Sagar, I don't like Dingbat. But they were like, oh, as if that. And I'm like, so you two millennial dipshits think it's preposterous that a seated congressman would be on cocaine.
That's
Are
funny.
you? Do you not know any history?
That's so
I thought you
funny.
worked at a think tank.
That's so funny.
Did you not think about how shit works there?
So weird. that
Sager?
People don't believe that.
I like Sager. He's trapped. I know he is. I know he's trapped.
You're the best, man. You got to do one more inspirational message, please. I don't want to ask too much. Can you just,
Okay, wait,
again,
hold
people
on.
are really rattled right now, and I think now is the time for your classic.
Can I apply the wisdom of Solomon to this problem?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. What if? Oh, all right. Well,
Debunked.
thank you for debunking me. I appreciate
Debunked. He denied it. Debunked.
it. Bilbo, I apologize to you and your trafe pork wife.
You're the best, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks, buddy.
You are so funny. Thank you.